One thing I like to focus on this channel is new retro stuff, whether it's new controllers, whether it's new games for retro systems, or even new retro hardware. I love to bring you guys this information and give you guys my opinions on it. And I like to do a lot of stuff. Sometimes companies send me stuff to check out, and sometimes I buy stuff with my own money. And recently, I decided to pick up one of these bad boys, the Retron HD. Now, this is a budget HD NES clone. And yes, I know RetroPies exist. I know, just get a RetroPie, waka waka waka. Look, I have an Xbox with every game I could ever want on it already preloaded. I have a modded PSP with the same thing. There's a market for things like these. People still like things like these. So, you know, if you're a member of the RetroPie cult, like, that's totally cool, but I don't need to hear about it. You don't need to remind me, like, I think I know what a RetroPie is. But anyways, I bought this because I wanted to check it out. I wanted to review it for you guys and see if this was a good budget HD NES clone. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that you may remember me reviewing this on the channel as well, the 8-bit HD. This is actually a revamped version of it. This is a Model 2 of it that they are exclusively selling now from Gamers Tech. And supposedly this fixes all of the audio issues. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed for some reason, because in the future, I'm gonna put these two systems up next to each other to see which the best NES HD budget system is, so you guys can make a somewhat of an informed decision on this. But for now, today, we are just going to review the Retron HD, see what it's all about. This is a Hyperkin product, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. So let's see what it's all about. All right, so I've taken all of the tape off of this and we are now ready to unbox it. I do like the packaging on it. It is very nice and clean. And as you can see inside, you know, it's all very color coordinated. So let's take this up here. And here is the system itself. Now, this is actually not emulation. Hyperkin is sort of known for having emulation systems. This is some sort of hardware system. I'm not huge in the technological world. I don't really know the difference between stuff like that. But I know that this is not just straight up emulation. So taking a look at the system, there is a thing on the back here for PAL or NTSC. So that's pretty cool. And we also have 16:9 or 4:3 right here on the back, another switch. You have your composite out, your HDMI out, and a micro USB, which I assume is for the power. The front of the system looks pretty nice. I do like the aesthetic of it. I think this is a really cool looking system. I hope this lights up. I like simple things like that because I'm sort of like a child. We have a bag full of cords here, your HDMI cord, and of course your composite cord. And I've heard good things about this controller. So this controller, it has sort of a bubble on the back, and unlike an NES controller, it sort of, you know, it dips in a little bit so it conforms better to your hand. And my goodness, is this a comfortable controller. So for $40, which is the MSRP price on it, that's what you get in the box. I already love this controller. It feels amazing, honestly. So hopefully the games run good on it. I'm gonna have a selection of games. Just gonna pick some random NES games. Of course, Castlevania III will be one of those games. I'm gonna capture some footage, and I'll let you guys know what I think about how the system handles playing those games. Alright, so the first game we're going to check out is Ninja Gaiden. I say Ninja Gaiden. I don't know which is right. I don't care which is right. I'm going to say Ninja Gaiden until I die, because I will be at the nursing home one day, if I live to be that long, talking about Ninja Gaiden. And I originally put up on the Facebook fan page, which you need to go ahead and go like right now, that I had purchased one of these. I showed a picture of it and asked if, you know, the viewers wanted me to do a review on this system. I am a bit late into the game. You know, a lot of others have already done their review of the system, but the majority wanted me to do it. And one of the games that they told me to check out was Ninja Gaiden. Now, I don't know if that is because of rumors of compatibility issues or whatnot, but I'm a man of the people, and so I popped in Ninja Gaiden on my Retron HD, and everything seems to be good. I'm not having any issues with the game running or whatnot. You know, the music sounds fine, the graphics look pretty good. Ryu's colors do feel a bit drab. Now, I don't know if that's just the game. Maybe I'm remembering it a little bit more clearly, but the colors on Ryu look a bit drab. We'll check that out in a future video when I put up a comparison between this and the 8-bit HD to see if it's the system or just my mind playing tricks on me. But as you can see, the game itself is running fine, and I really like the controller that comes with this system. It feels so good in your hand. It doesn't have those rigid corners that sort of penetrate your palms, you know. It's nice and smooth, and I really appreciate that, and there's little grooves on the back that sort of contour to your hand. So as you can see, Ninja Gaiden running fine, everything looks good. So so far so good. The Retron HD is checking out, and looks like a good system. Now let's check out another game. The next game we're going to check out is a game that I'm actually not very familiar with. I've had this game in my collection for a little while now, but it's a game that I've actually never really played, and from what I played of it, it's definitely a game I need to play, and that's Journey to Silius. Now, this was originally going to be a Terminator game, so goes the story, but the license was lost, and LJN, of course, got the license for the Terminator, so there's definitely Terminator vibes in this game, and you could definitely see it in the graphical style. You know, it's sort of that post-apocalyptic era, you know, that sort of 80s era of, you know, just machines taking over everything. And this is a really fun game. It's pretty challenging. I am not good at this game. You're going to see me suck at it. So, you know, go gentle on me here in the comments section. Like I said, I'm not familiar with this game, but I wanted to check it out because I've always loved the first level song, and that's really all I knew from the game. And as you can see, once again, everything is running fine, nice and smooth. Colors look good in this game, I think. Like I said, I'm not too well versed in the game itself, but everything looks good as far as my eye is concerned, and that's all that really matters. And like I said, very fun, very, very challenging game. I actually die here before getting to the boss. So definitely a game I want to explore some more though. Definitely a very fun, interesting game. And it would have been interesting to see this actually be the Terminator game, you know, if they would have managed to keep that license instead of LJN making those terrible, terrible Terminator games. You know, both Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 on the NES were just atrocious. Some of the worst games on the console. But yeah, Journey to Silius, running great, looks great, sounds great, and with the controller, it controls great. So let's check out another game. Of course, no system review of an NES is complete without trying the granddaddy of them all, Castlevania III, arguably the best game, or one of the best games on the NES library, and the Retron is handling it very, very well in my opinion. I've played this on a multitude of clone systems. Either it doesn't run right, or there's audio issues. The original 8-bit HD did have audio issues with this game. Supposedly it's been fixed in the other one that we're going to put up side by side with the Retron HD, but the Retron HD is handling this game like butter. Everything looks great in my opinion. Everything looks very nice, very crisp. The audio is perfect. There's no issues with it. And once again, this controller is really showing its strengths, just how comfortable it is and how easy it is to use. And I must say, I'm very impressed. There was rumors that the Retron HD was not running Castlevania 3. If you look on like comment sections of Hyperkin's thing, there's people complaining that the Retron HD isn't running Castlevania 3, which I don't know if they're just trolling or, you know, they're still mad about emulator things, but as you can see, the game is running very smoothly. I'm having no issues, and I think it looks really good, and I'm pretty impressed with this. Now here's a not so impressive game. For some reason, I just got a wild hair and decided to throw in WrestleMania Challenge, and as you can see, there are issues with this game. And it's pretty perplexing, a very random game to have issues, but yeah, the ring is green and the mat is blue and nothing is right here. I mean, you know, the character models are fine, but I don't know. It's very strange, but WrestleMania Challenge doesn't seem to like the Retron HD, or maybe the Retron HD doesn't like WrestleMania Challenge. Up next, we have a reproduction cart of Splatterhouse translated from the Famicom to the NES. Of course, I have to try things like this to make sure everything is running good, since this is a translated homebrew game of the Famicom version. And as you can see, this is my favorite scene from the game, with the little weird Michael Jackson Dracula guy and, you know, doing sort of a Thriller thing. I don't understand the context of it because it's very over the top and it doesn't really set the pace for the rest of the game. But this game ran fine. I had no issues with it. Everything looked and sounded great. So that's a good that's a big positive that it's running, reproduction carts, because, some of these systems don't like to do that, unfortunately. So let's check out one final game that is a brand new NES game that you have seen on the channel before. And yes, it is Quadrille Lords. This came with my Retro USB AVS, and as a new NES game, I wanted to make sure that the system was future-proof. If you're going to pick up, there's tons of new games coming out for the NES still, new cartridges and stuff, so I wanted to make sure that it was future-proof if you decided to pick one of these up, and that it would play your games. And as you can see, Quadrille Lords is running really well. This is based off, I believe it was an Atari 2600 game. Every time I show off this game, people tell me what it's based off of, and I never remember it because I have a terrible memory. But yeah, Quadrille Lords is working well, so all in all, pretty solid. Aside from WrestleMania Challenge, pretty good. So let's get my final thoughts on the system.
So what do I think about the Retron HD? There's a lot of things I like about the system. I like that it comes with HDMI and composite out, so that way if you have a CRT TV that you prefer to play your games on, you still have that option along with the HD option. I like how it has the little switch for the 4x3 and the 16x9, and I like the little switch for the PAL region. I really like the controller that comes with this. The controller is phenomenal. I really think it'll replace sort of my other NES controllers as one of my predominant controllers. I really enjoyed it. It feels really good in your hand. The D-pad is very nice on it, so I did enjoy that. As far as the system goes, it played the games. It ran Castlevania III nicely, it ran Ninja Gaiden nicely, Ninja Gaiden, whatever you want to call it. It did reproduction carts, and it did new homebrew cartridges. The situation with WrestleMania Challenge, though, really perplexes me. Such a random game for it to not work right. I did try it out on my NES, my standard NES, and the cartridge itself works fine. So if you're a WrestleMania Challenge, like diehard, I probably wouldn't pick up the Retron HD. But besides that, everything looked pretty good. Some of the colors did look a little bit off. It could just be my memory, playing tricks on me or something. But like I said, the Retron HD, it's solid. It's $40. The controller is great, and it played the games, and that's really all that matters. Now, the question still remains, though, is this a better buy than the 8-bit HD, the revision of it? We're going to find out very soon. I'm going to play those exact same games. We're going to put the footage up side by side, and I'm going to let you guys decide which system you like better. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and thank you for checking out this video. Let me know if you've picked up one of these and what you think about it, or if you plan on picking one up in the future. And yeah, so let me know that in the comment section down below. Be sure to like the video and make sure you're subscribed, of course. I will catch you guys next time. Later.
RGT, NA5, RGT, NA5. RGT.